Pop quiz. What do you, a cobra, and an ostrich all have in common?
Obviously, we're all super cool.
Yeah, clearly. But also, you are all fish. Me too.
I'm not a fish. I don't have fins. I don't swim around going blub, 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 blub.
You sure about that? These fin prints right here, they're made by one of your very fishy ancestors about 385 million years ago.
Okay, you're gonna have to do some explaining.
By the end of today, I'm going to prove to you and all of them that you're a lobe-finned fish. It all starts in this beautiful, often overlooked corner of Ireland. Here on Valentia Island, we find some of the most important fossils in evolutionary history.
The Valentia trackway, fossilized footprints from one of the very first animals to walk on land.
The trackways here at Valentia, you can see both the footprints and a tail drag. So these are trace fossils. These are fossils of the behavior of an actual creature preserved in the earth. And that creature is one of the oldest vertebrate creature to ever be recorded walking on land, which is pretty awesome.
About 380 million years ago, in the Devonian period, one fish made its way out of the water and onto land, leaving behind a trail of fin and tail prints in the mud, fossilized there forever.
It turns out this wasn't even the only time fish evolved to walk on land. It's happened at least 5 other times on our planet.
But this moment, this one right here, this is part of the first wave of vertebrate life, poking its head up, taking a breath of air, and going for a walk. And the longest stretch of these trackways fossils ever discovered. Aw, this baby fish's first steps. So cute.
The fish that left these marks was likely a tetrapod, part of the same lineage as creatures like the famous Tiktaalik.
Tiktaalik is a very special ancestor, but it also looked like a kind of weird mashup. It was a scaly fish with gills, but it also had a flat head, kind of like a crocodile, and it had fins that could support its body in shallow water. Fins that were on its way to becoming limbs.
So it was kind of amphibious?
Sort of. Tiktaalik is what scientists call a transitional species. It bridges the gap between traditional fish and the first four-legged land vertebrates. It's part of a clade, which is a big evolutionary branch of sorts that include everything from salamanders to elephants to all of us.
That's what I mean. It's a transitional species. There's a clear difference between us vertebrates and fish. It's pretty obvious we're not fish. There's no gills. There's no fins. I mean, there's webs, so we might be frogs. We are the champions of walking on 2 legs, and the only thing that's better than us at walking on 2 legs were theropod dinosaurs.
Also fish. All of it. Dinosaurs, theropod, mosasaurs. Name every dinosaur you can, which I know is a lot, so don't name a lot of dinosaurs. They're all fish. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Allosaurus, Patasaurus, Albertosaurus, Tyrannosaurus.
Let's go further back in time to see what I mean, okay? The evolution of fish and basically everything else on our planet began with the Cambrian explosion.
It was a super weird time, and we've got a whole video about it if you want to learn more. Edit in an explosion, like an explosion. Make it Cambrian colors in post-production.
The editor will get right on that. Among the creatures found in the Cambrian explosion were some of the first vertebrates, chordates, ancestors of your goldfish and all of us.
Notochord, yes. Swimming skills, yes. Jaws, not so much. Yet. Okay, I get that we came from fish, but surely we're not still fish. We run marathons. We wear hats. Fish don't wear hats.
Fair enough. But here's where things get slippery. It depends on how we define fish.
Fish. Wait, are we talking about taxonomy?
Oh, yeah. So here's the deal. Traditional biology grouped animals by what they looked like. So fish swim, birds fly, but this leads to problems. Whales look like fish, but they aren't. Bats fly, but they're not birds. Scientists had to come up with something better. Cladistics.
Which is?
Well, it's a way to group living things based on common ancestors. In cladistics, you're part of a group called a clade if you descended from the same ancestor. No exceptions. Everyone from that ancestor is in the club.
Like a giant evolutionary family reunion. And we all know you can't hide from your family.
Why would you want to, Kai?
Because they drive me crazy every single second of my life. Do 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 do.
Anyway, that's exactly right. So when we talk about tetrapods, the group that includes all animals with 4 limbs, the group that must include us, frogs, birds, T-Rexes, all of it.
And tetrapods came from lobefin fish.
Which came from bony fish, which came from jawed fish, which came from jawless fish, all the way back to the earliest vertebrates in the Cambrian explosion.
So if we keep tracing back, we don't leave the fish group. We just become a really weird offshoot of it.
Here's the truly absurd kicker. If you want to define fish in a way that includes salmon and sharks and coelacanth, clearly organisms that we would call fish without any question, then you also have to include all of us tetrapods, or else you're making a really weird exception, like fish are all descendants of fishy ancestors, except the ones that got really good at walking.
But that's kind of cheating.
Right, and that's exactly what Cladistics is designed to prevent. If you include one descendant, you gotta include them all.
So our choices are A, all vertebrates are fish, or B, fish don't exist.
You have to be one big happy family or nothing. Do I have you convinced now?
Thank you, Don Corleone. Okay, you win. I'm a fish, but I'm like the upgraded deluxe VIP private servers, custom content, fancy game pass version.
Oh, for sure. Definitely you are. And they are too. We all are. You're all a super awesome upgraded model. One with lungs and legs and the ability to debate taxonomy. When we look under our evolutionary hood, we see genes and lineages, evidence that shows us these early origins that confirms this family tree. And you've done pretty good for a lobe-finned critter.
Honestly, being a fish is a huge honor. It means you're part of one of the most successful lineages in evolutionary history.
Yeah, and who knows, even though life crawled out from the sea, some of our distant cousins actually decided to leave land and head back to live in the water. Maybe one day we'll join them.
Blah, 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 blah.